Hi guys, my name's Kieran and welcome to Love Being Outdoors. Today we're taking on 22 miles of trail from Littlehampton to Pulborough across West Sussex and the South Downs National Park. There's not many views on this one, but we're going to find a few bugs and lots of wildlife, a couple things to forage and have a stealth camp hidden away. So yeah, stick tight and enjoy the walk. The journey begins in Littlehampton on the south coast. It's your classic British seaside town. Hiya. Got loads of plums and plum trees here, but they're not quite ripe, so I'll have to come back. But you can see, and these will go sort of, obviously that darker red, purpley plum colour. There's loads of them, this whole little alleyway, really. The way we can tell it's a plum is this dark brown, almost purplish stem. And the branches often grow very straight. So even where some of these have split off, they're then growing straight off again. And then for the leaves, so these teardrop shaped leaves with very, very small little teeth. Probably a little bit hard for you to see, but this vein that runs down the underside of the leaf should also be ever so slightly hairy. So far the trail's taken me down the Arun, actually out towards the sea, and following now part of the England coast path. Look at that. So this is mugwort, and it's in the same family as sage. This plant's got loads of history and folklore, and it's been used for thousands of years. Romans used to put it in their shoes to sort of give them good luck, I think it was. But it's also medicinal and slightly psychoactive, the tiniest amount. And it's got the nickname the dream herb. And actually tea made from this is known to induce lucid dreams and, increase REM sleep, etc. And this is probably the one plant I forage the most every year, and I do drink that tea, and honestly it does make a difference. So if you're struggling with sleep, etc., give it a go. It's also got loads of other properties and it's meant to be really good for menstrual cramps as well. So yeah, keep an eye out for it. It will grow on the sides of roads and hedgerows and disturbed land, and it is quite easy to identify this time of year. And what you want is the tops of the stems, the leaves, and some of the unopened buds. When it does flower, it'll have a slightly red, browny coloured flower. And it's still good then, but this is the best time to get it, in that mid-June to early July, really. Its leaves are really deeply lobed, and the flower buds look almost like cotton. They'll be this sort of nice, white, sagey kind of colour. And the underside of the leaves will be really silvery and slightly hairy, the same as the stem. I didn't bring my knife or any sort of clippers, so I'm going to have to pull these off. So I'm going to try and do it sort of gently. And as with all foraging, it's really important to not take too much. I'm not going to take any more than probably a fifth of this. It's also quite a common plant, so I'm more than likely to come past it again over the next couple of days. But yeah, for now, I'm just going to take maybe 10 to 15, probably not even that. Now that I've started pulling some, I've remembered another ID feature, and that's that it's so aromatic. And just sort of rolling some in your hands, it smells really earthy and almost sagey, which makes sense being a relative. But yeah, it's really, really common plants. Just keep your eye out and give it a try, because it is amazing. Somebody's getting told off. Hopefully you heard that, it'd be funny. But yeah, this is pineapple weed, and it can also be used for tea. And it gets its name because it sort of, has this pineapple-like shape and smell. So if I was to just quickly pick some of this up, scrunch it, it smells so sweet and like pineapple. Oh, that's a shame. Looks really nice from the outside. I'm a big fan of a terrible joke or terrible pun, and the prison is just there. And over here we've got the Serving Time Cafe. That is exceptional. Oh, that is good. That's really good. I've got a lot of time for that one. Pretty cool, that. Hunter. A few seconds too late. Gonna have to wait now. Is it gonna come from the left or the right? Your guess. St Mary Magdalene is a Norman church and dates back to the 12th century and built mostly of flint. The church is now redundant but still cared for and left open to those wanting to visit. Its records are a bit patchy, but the vicars can be traced back to 1402 and it's fit with some beautiful stained glass windows. And as always, you have to write in the book. This is ragwort, and it's one of Britain's most hated plants. It's toxic to livestock and often pulled up on sight, leaving land clear of its bright flowers. It's considered a weed and certainly treated like one. However, in the wild it's a lifeline and a perfect example of the importance of rewilding and reducing our impact on bug life. Ragwort feeds lots of our insect species, and in the few moments I spent here I saw loads of life on those bright yellow flowers. Native plants like this are vital for our ecosystems and should get a bit more slack in areas not used for farming.
I think there's actually a train coming. Go on, give us some toes, go on. Go on. Go on. Yeah, legend. Oh, sick.
It was nice to stop at the pub for a break and a quick beer, but nothing could prepare me for what was next.
There's honestly like 30 of them, they're all naked, every single one of them. Oh, I've just never seen that. That was, yeah, I mean, fair play, I respect it. The craziest part is that this is just a horrible path. This is so horrible. There's nettles and all sorts here, there's thistles, there's things that are spiky, and just... that was, yeah. What?
Oh, it's a bit bouncy. I guess it's meant to be like that from the design. I'd say that is a pretty cool bridge, considering it's in the middle of absolutely nowhere, and probably gets, you know, 1 or 2 people a day, maybe more on a, you know, on a weekend. Ooh. This bridge crosses an old meander of the River Arun and is a protected site of special scientific interest. After being badly damaged by a falling tree, the bridge was repaired and restored during the summer of 2009 by 70 Gurkha Field Support Squadron, the Queen's Gurkha Engineers. Good job. I'm fed up of being stung today now. Oh, my poor arms and legs. That is the downside, I suppose, of hiking and walking in mid-June, July. Everything's overgrown. I'm obviously next to a sort of water source as well, so there's even more vegetation and things growing. And, you know, oh well, they're growing over the path, but it's a pain in the arse. Sometimes we should just had like imagine just like a machete, but obviously not an angry, scary person in public with a machete, but it'd be cool just to, like a samurai sword, actually. What am I chatting about? This plant's called fireweed, and you can use it to make a sort of tea called Ivan chai. And what you do is you take off all of the leaves and some of the flowers, and you would sort of mulch them a little bit, and just give them a bit of a rough around, leave them to ferment, and then when they blacken, just then dry them, and you'll have Ivan chai, which is a fermented tea. But it grows quite a lot, and there's actually loads more here, which I didn't realise. These bright pink flowers, it's quite easy to identify pink flowers with the darker purple cross. And then as for leaves, growing down from the stem in like almost a spirally type formation, and a dark red stem. The young shoots of fireweed are meant to be really nice if you just sort of lightly pan fry them. And I can sort of imagine it, because in the middle they have what's called a pith, and it's sort of just this core of mush, but it tastes really cucumbery, and I actually have no idea what it tastes like if you were to fry off one of those shoots. But yeah, I know that pith bit tastes really nice, so it'd be interesting. And I've sort of missed out now already, it's too late, but one for the books next year maybe.
Welcome to Amberley. The village of Amberley lies at the foot of the South Downs on the River Arun. It has winding medieval lanes lined with thatched cottages and buildings dating back to the 16th and 17th centuries. In addition, there's a Norman church, a 12th century castle that's now a country house hotel and restaurant, 2 tea rooms including one by the riverside, pubs, a village pottery, pond and Millennium Green. The Amberley Wildbrooks, an internationally important wetland with Site of Special Scientific Interest status, is home to rare birds, insects and plants. Enjoy your visit.
Closed, unlucky. Damn, some nice windows as well by the looks of it. Lots of nice windows. I've walked for about bugs. Sorry. I've walked for about 10 minutes now out of Amberley, and I've just found this area here where I think I'll pitch up for the night. It's not really the most glamorous wild camping spot, maybe a bit more of a stealth camp and sort of be hidden. There is a path through there, but I don't really think anyone will be using it tomorrow. There is some views out that way, and yeah, they'll see the sunset down over there. But yeah, glad to call that a day, to get the tent up and get dinner on. That's the most important bit. For dinner, got these ramen noodles, some baby corn, and then some bread just to dunk in the broth afterwards. So it rained quite hard in the early hours of the morning, but I've always loved the sound against the tent. And good morning. It is just past 6 o'clock. We have got everything out of the tent. It is about to go down. It's been rainy, still pretty cloudy, but yeah, let's get this tent down and let's get on with it, shall we? Bit of a flat patch of grass, but leave no trace as always. Yeah, we set up late, we're off early. The fundamentals, let's go. A lot of this area is Waltham Brooks Nature Reserve, and it's amazing. I've already seen loads of birds as I've been walking through and spooked a few, but it's all so long here, which just means that now that it's sort of rained this morning, I am absolutely soaked. So yeah, great fun. Off we go. Can actually hear what is probably a grasshopper warbler. Oh, it's just stopped. There you go. Quite rare down here, really. I'm in this woodland and I've just found a patch of wild raspberry. Woods is actually one of the more common places you'll find wild raspberry, but they will grow on hedgerows and anywhere that blackberries grow, really. And it's quite easy to misidentify them for an unripe blackberry because of the colour and sort of the time of year they come out. But the one distinct feature is that when you pull a raspberry off, it will remain hollow on the inside, whereas a blackberry won't. It will sort of have that whitey, greeny coloured, I don't even know what you call it, but yeah, that block in the middle, whereas the raspberry will stay hollow. Just outside Pulborough is a World War II pillbox. These concrete bunkers were used to look out for German planes and positioned to defend key points like bridges, roads, railways, coastlines in case of invasion. Station. That is us pretty much done then. We've done about 22.5 miles, a few little small diversions, etc. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't my favourite walk, if I'm honest. There was a lot of road walking, which you guys probably didn't see, and a lot of walking through some really overgrown stuff, but it's kind of expected. And at the same time, when you walk through the overgrown stuff, you're a bit more wild. Sometimes you see a bit more nature and stuff, which I did, which, again, unfortunately didn't see it all. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see more, there'll be a lot more coming. Then yeah, please like, hit subscribe, etc. And yeah, I'll see you for the next one. Bye.